The Red Jap'nese Jalopy. Steph sat at the bus stop, minding her business, intently messing about on her phone. Jake in the pram looked angelic but restless, an odd facial expression, like a baby Stallone. Angry Birds long forgotten, Candy Crush in the past. As for Facebook and Twitter, she really couldn't be asked. The thing that she longed for above any other was a soak in a hot tub with candles and lather. The 4 had left early. 38 didn't show. She was getting annoyed now with the baby in tow. She considered a taxi, but the pram was a pain. If a bus came along soon, she'd get out of this rain. Then, roused from conjecture by a blare on a horn, she saw Gladys Jenkins, who'd just had her hair shorn and now looked like a pixie a bit out of whack, not helped by the stripes of her pink and mauve mac. Gladys wound down the window and yelled, "Want a lift?" then corrected her steering. Boy, that old Nissan could drift. Eventually at curbside, back seat and boot readied, everything was crammed in tight and their nerves had been steadied. With a crunch and gear changes best described as quite sloppy, they set off, lurching forwards in her Red Jap'nese Jalopy. Thankfully, Jake was inured to commotion, not a peep to be heard as he blissfully slept. Pog, his fluffy white hippo, was gripped with devotion. All others discarded, but this one he kept. The journey was eventful. Several lurches and breaks. Gladys, a recent road user, took as many takes as it takes to get her license on the road and to be fancy-free, usually avoiding other road users and the occasional tree. As they zoomed down the carriageway overtaking a van, Steph noticed the driver grimace angrily, just like a man. A race had ensued which Gladys eventually won due to trapping her heel. The moment wasn't much fun. With relief, it had freed just as they'd reached the flyover. Navigating the roundabout was nothing to cry over. Spilt milk from the dairyman who'd swerved trying to miss 'em. Shelled 2 dozen eggs. How that tarmac would glisten. Turning left near the abattoir, they mounted the curb but whizzed on regardless round Mr. Jovich, the Serb, who now ran the newsagents there on the corner, next to the florist's and pet shop known as Flora and Fauna. The last leg of the journey was relatively calm. Aside from frayed nerves, gin would serve as a balm. They'd made it without accident, well, not one causing death, which under the circumstances was quite a relief to young Steph. She vowed in the future to go it alone if she discerned crunching gears and that old jalopy's old drone, and avowed to be patient and not make a fuss, whilst flicking through Tinder and awaiting a bus.